Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you so much for stopping by. As you see, I have a guest here today. Would you like to introduce yourself over here?
Sure. So, hi everyone. I'm Ashleigh, another author tuber in our community. I post writing related content and post live streams on my channel as well. But today I'm going to be working on chapter 16 of my first draft, as well as probably doing some admin stuff because that's always fun.
That does sound fun. It's okay. See, it is satisfying to just like
Yes.
pick it off the list.
Yes.
You don't have to dread it any longer.
Exactly. Like I would much prefer to write through the entire thing, but there's just like
Yeah.
little things, and like they don't take real long. So
Hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. If By the way, like, tell me what you're working on in the comments. um, but yeah, I want to start Serpent and Dove. I also have to finish Crave, which is like this Twilight-esque book that's
yeah,
not Twilight. It's like a more modern Twilight.
okay. I've heard of it. I haven't read it, but I've definitely seen it.
Yeah, and I would like to get some reading done. Oh, writing, sorry. I don't know where my headspace is, but I
Well, we
just
were talking about books.
yeah. I just ate dinner. My dinner was good.
Ooh, I did too. We had
Oh, nice.
tacos.
Tacos sounds really good. I
Yeah,
had pizza, but like the homemade pizza. So,
that's the best.
yes.
I mean, Pizza Hut and Caesars is fine, but nothing beats a homemade pizza.
I love Pizza Hut. I know
Me
so
too.
many people are like Domino's. I've never had Domino's, but I love Pizza Hut.
There's just something about Pizza Hut, and I don't know if it's just like the way that you can order it. Like, I just feel like it's so simple ordering it from Pizza Hut
Yeah,
versus like Domino's. Like, it's good, but my favorite is Pizza Hut.
fair. You have good taste. That is how you know you're wonderful.
That's right.
And Alice has joined us. Hello, Alice. It's nice to see you. And Alice is working on arc planning for her main character before start rerouting her novel called Monstrels. Oh, that sounds actually so cool.
I like that.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I am so bad at planning. It's like, yeah. I've tried my very best. I've tried so many different ways, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. I know. I do outline, but I try to do it like just like the general, like what's gonna happen. And so then like when I do like my first draft, just kind of like whatever I feel like is happening, we're just gonna write it as long as
Yeah.
it stays within what I want to happen in that chapter. So
Okay. Once I tried drawing, you know that like plot bar graph or line graph that
yeah.
I tried to do one of those for my book, and like it just gave me the inspiration to do exactly opposite of what I wrote down on the paper.
That isn't that weird how things like that work?
Yeah, exactly. So, would you like to get started on our first sprint?
Let's do it.
Okay, how long would you like to sprint for?
Do you want to do 20 minutes?
Sure, can you see that? I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do 20.
Awesome.
Sweet. Okay. Enjoy sprinting, everyone. Okay, everyone, that was the end of that sprint. How did everyone do?
Good. So I was working on some admin stuff, and I got a few things that were quick and easy. So I got those done, and that's all I did.
Nice. I ended up writing. Let me see for a second.
Yeah.
I ended up writing. I ended up writing 401 words.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh wow.
But I am rewriting this story. It feels like a lot of cut and paste for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because okay, I'm at that point where I love my beginning, I love my end, but the middle is bad, and to change the middle would mean to change the beginning, because I have to start my story in a whole different place.
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying, but
I get that. I always feel like, well, like for me personally, I'm like you. Like my beginning is always pretty good, and then my ending is usually pretty good, but it's getting from that point to that point. Like
yeah.
I don't. That's the struggle.
Yeah. And I love like each individual scene works so good together, or just like as individual scenes, but then when you put them together, it's like my pacing. Like it's like skyrockets and then falls flat, and then skyrockets and then falls flat.
Yeah, I know. I get it. That's where I struggle too. So like I've been trying because I know even though I'm still like on Act 2, which is the middle, it definitely needs a lot of work. So I've been trying to just like take notes, like
Yes.
and just be like, we're gonna keep pushing, keep trugging along, but it's probably gonna have to be rewritten. So I get it. I totally get it.
I was going over one of my project books notes because I was sending it off to critique partners, and just in the middle of my story, I say, "Take off the damn heels," and it's so funny out of context.
Yep.
And then also like I highlight everything, so all my descriptions of my characters, to make them the same, I highlight them all in green or something. So my entire like document, my original document, is just filled with random colors.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that. That's actually a really good idea.
Because I'm too lazy to write them in a notebook, so that I have to control F every time.
Yeah. Well, no, I really like that because I feel like I feel like that would work for me because I'm like a very much like a color scheme person.
Oh, yeah.
So that's actually a genius idea because then like if you're working on like one character, like you can just look for the one color and then work on that.
Exactly.
Awesome idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it saved me a lot of time.
Absolutely. So. That's
and,
awesome.
And also because this is how far of a not planner I am. I have a character sheet of all my characters with total wrong descriptions, because halfway through my book I was like, I don't like this look anymore. I'm going to change the personality type. I'm just going to change it up.
Yeah.
But then I forget to change it on the character sheet, so.
Sometimes it's just easier to change it on the document and then versus changing all the other documents that we have. So I get
it. Yeah. Okay, so Alice planned her zero draft, so now it is time for her to clean it up, and that takes planning. Yep. Lots of planning. Also split the book into 2 that took some reworking. Oh, I feel that, okay? When I rewrote Project Book went from one book with one point of view to one book with 2 point of views to a book and a prequel with 3 point of views. And now it's just one solid book with 3 point of views, but it took a long time.
It's just, I love how we all always go from like a little seedling and then it just is like everything and then it's like, then it comes back.
Exactly. Because, okay, if one thing I have learned from writing is that you just need to repeat things over
Mhm.
and over until readers remember it. And so it's
Yep.
kind of the idea, how many times do you need to remind readers of something before they remember it? Because
Right.
I'm also that type of person who's like, okay, so I just want to say that out of these 11 different countries, only 3 of them are like this. This population is a blah, 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 blah. Oh, and don't forget, this is also important if you want to just, in the far future, for like maybe a sequel, or maybe the 7th or 8th sequel. You have
Right.
to know the death rate and the birth mortality rate and everything. So,
Yep. I love it.
yeah. Oh, Snortle Writes joined us. Hello. I don't know how long I can stay, but hi. Well, thank you so much for dropping by.
Yes.
Alice got 1,002 words. That is so good.
Yes.
And wow, that is such a satisfying number.
Yes.
No words, just had to read a bit to get back into the story, but I'm ready for the next one. Yes, that is great news.
Yes.
I love this productivity.
For sure.
I was doing artwork, but had to figure out why the character held the beliefs they did, and that led to where they were raised and a history about being created and the house of magic. That's so cool.
Oh, cool.
I love when you know your characters, just you know them so well. I
Yeah.
always yeah. It always takes me 2 rewrites to figure out what my character's desires really are.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. And then like once you figure it out, you're like, oh my gosh, this drives the story so much more because everybody has like these really strong motives.
Exactly. Yes, yes. As opposed to when you're just writing it out and it's like, I really want to write a scene with a ball. So now
Yes.
everyone's going to a ball.
Yes. Yes. And it's like so awkward the first time because it's like you're trying to like cut these people out of cardboard and you're like, I don't have scissors. So I'm like tearing the piece. It's like so awkward. And it's like, but then like after everyone gets to know each other and you and your characters really like, you form that bond with like your characters, you're like, oh yeah, I know what they would do. And they would not do that. And
Exactly. Yeah. Another thing I've always wanted to make a flip book. Have you heard of those books before?
I've heard of them, but I've never made one.
Okay, so I've always wanted to make a flip book of my characters. And
That would be cool.
And so I was just looking over my draft because I was like, what scene would you do? Because so much of, I guess, so the scenes I'm most excited for have dialogue and fight scenes, of course, work, but fight scenes, I guess, don't tell you a lot about the character. Unless you're thinking about Dark Knight, the Batman movie.
Yeah.
That first scene was pretty awesome, but yeah. I could do a flip book of my character eating salad or something.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Kind of cool. Like I feel like when you're like building it and like creating it, I think that'd be the fun part because you'd be like really inspired because you're thinking about this character.
Yeah.
So
And then once you make it, it's like, okay.
yeah, I did it. Done.
Yeah. Add it to the fan art.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I do make fan arts of my own characters, of my unpublished manuscript, just so that I have fan art.
I love that. I can't draw, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
There are
I
some
love that.
there are some really brilliant people on YouTube, but I feel like and author and Instagram that do commission work and stuff. But I feel like the moment I pay for something, I get stressed out because I have to match the quality of my writing to the quality of the art.
Oh boy. Oh, I never thought of that before. Oh.
Good books deserve good art.
Yes. For sure. I found some beautiful fan art for To Kill a Kingdom.
Oh, is that a second in a series?
It's a standalone written by, is it Alexander Christo? I think so. Sorry, I'm looking on my shelf because it's right there. But it's like a Little Mermaid retelling, but it's about sirens.
Oh.
It's a good
Interesting.
comparison. Yeah, it is so good. But the fan art for that, oh my gosh, it is
Yes.
gorgeous. And I love, like, I could just look at it all day. It is like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so good.
Yes, I think. Have you ever heard of the Raven Boys?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's okay. I never heard about it until Instagram either. By the way, both Autumn and I have Instagram, and I think I forgot to put the links below, so that's what I'll do on the next sprint. I'll put everyone's links below. But yes, go say hi to us over there if you haven't already. And yeah, so I saw Raven Boys. Apparently, the book wasn't well known, but it had such a big fandom filled with fan art, and the fan art was so like beautiful that it just like made the book popular.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
that
not
is
saying the book's
awesome.
bad or anything, just it became like popular because of the fan art.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
And Alice, oh, I feel you. Monstrals went from one book with 2 points of views to 2 books with 4 point of views. Yeah. I never realized how much fun it is to write in different point of views until I tried it.
Interesting. I've only ever written, well, I tried to write into, I didn't really like it for myself, but I love reading it when it's done well.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've always written first person, but just like one character. But I switched this project from first person to third person. So this is like the first time I've ever written third person.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Okay.
Because it's like my first time doing it. So it's like, it's weird, like trying not to write, I did this and I did that. It's like, they did this, she did that.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yes. I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the total opposite. I'm like, I think I mentioned this once before, but in Heroes of Olympus, the book series, or is that the second series, Heroes of Olympus, or is that the first series? Whatever the second series, Rick Riordan wrote with the demigods and Greek mythology and stuff.
Yeah.
There were like 7 or 8 point of views.
Oh my gosh.
And for one of the books, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the second series, but I do own the books, and I did read at least 1 or 2 of the chapters of like the second book in that series. But for the first book, I just read all the perspectives of like the characters I loved the most.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's really funny.
Like I wish that I could read them all, but I just cannot. Like it just didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I get it.
Doing kids are crying. Oh dang, kids are crying.
Oh no.
Me with my bad eyesight. I gotta go. Honestly, it's more than I thought I would have. Happy writing. Well, you're probably already gone, but good luck with kids.
Yeah.
I feel that. Well, actually, I don't feel that, but I wish you the very best. Yeah, the closest I have to a kid is like a cat. And my cat is currently sleeping. She popped in on the sprint,
Yeah.
sat right in front of the keyboard for a couple of minutes before climbing into bed.
Oh.
And Alice was tempted to make a journal for each of the characters like Autumn did. Oh, wait, that's you. I just said like you did, but... but instead she chose to do quotes out of context to get the character's voice down for each. Oh.
I like that.
How did that journaling for each character thing go?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Good. So I didn't do each of my characters. I did journal entry just for my main character.
Okay.
And I loved it. I think it went really, really well. So I feel like I have a really, really strong bond with that character. And I would love to like get to know the other characters really well too. I probably won't do it for them because it was really time consuming. So I was thinking of different ways to like
Interesting.
get to know those characters, like take them on a date or something and figure
Oh,
out
cool. That would be
how.
so fun.
Yeah. So, but I loved it. Highly recommend if you're struggling to like find your any of the characters' voices even. But I did it for my main character and I loved it. It was
Oh,
fantastic.
cool. Did you do it like for the entire story or just like specific situations?
I did it for the entire story. So it was
Oh, wow.
actually, yeah, it was my Camp Nano for April. It was
Yeah.
my project for that. So I took that 3-act 9-block 27 chapter structure,
Yes.
and each day so each day I was supposed to write one journal entry, but I would like skip a few days. But my idea was
But how
each
rebellious.
day, right? It always happens like that.
Yeah.
But each day I was going to do one journal entry.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I think there were actually 29 days in April. No, there were 30 days. But my idea, I wanted to do the 27 journal entries, a prologue and an epilogue, and a rest day. I got it all done, but it didn't go quite like that.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I think I actually remember watching you do a vlog about that, but that was a while ago, so.
Yeah, it was back in April. It feels like it was forever ago.
Yeah. And by the way, also quotes with out context, I find like those are so fun, or even like quotes that are like bad, like what are they called? The wrong quotes or like slightly changed quotes.
Yes. Oh,
I
I
love
love that.
exactly. I always see ones for Akatar
Yep.
on Instagram, but then occasionally I see like writers doing them, and I'm like, that is so cool that they just know the characters enough to wrongly quote them.
Yes. It's like this isn't said, but it is definitely something they would say.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Would you like to do another sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Does anyone have any times that they... Oh, wait. I guess I have to reset. No, wait. Does anyone have any times that they would like to sprint for?
I was like, oh shoot, we're going. I was about to mute myself.
Nice.
Totally wasn't playing around.
No. What if we did a stopwatch? I feel like that's also kind of more stressful.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
interesting. That would freak me out.
Shall we try it?
Sure.
Okay, we'll time ourselves running for the next 20 minutes. How does that work for everyone?
Good. Are you gonna keep track of the timer, or are we gonna take turns? Make sure we don't miss it.
That is a good point. You know what? I'll set a 20-minute timer on my phone so that we don't forget. Okay.
That is so funny. I am down.
Got it. We have 20 minutes. Don't know if y'all can see that, but let's go. Timer and stop timer is set. Enjoy. Okay, everyone, that was the end of that sprint. And as you can see, we may have gotten 39 seconds over.
That was interesting.
Yes, it was. I mean, it definitely made me a little more stressed out, but
Yeah, because I kept like looking at the clock, so I was like, how much time do we have left?
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna change this banner. I have so many banners, I don't even know which ones are which.
I know, I always have to go through them and check and like delete some of them.
Yeah, because I have like random like things.
Yeah. I'll have some like when we do like camps, like I'll have like camp nano ones and then like regular ones and then like high ones.
Yeah, so how did everyone do that sprint? I ended up writing some words. I'm not exactly sure how many because I was jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yes, I have to do the description box. And then I had like an identity Instagram crisis.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because okay, so I recently changed my Instagram name. So I was I was Charlie Wright with me on Instagram. And I will admit I made that on like a whim. And so I didn't actually like the username. But so then I changed my username really recently to Charlie Writer. But now I think I like Charlie Wright with me better because there's so many like writers, like Instagram like name writers.
Yeah.
So now I'm wondering if it's too bothersome to change it back. Or if I should just leave it.
I don't know. I just have my name. And then I'm trying to think because I have my name and then on Instagram I just have my name and then Wrights at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to think which one would be better.
Yeah, so see, okay, yeah, because okay, Charlie Writer, I feel like it's like it's more in line with other writers,
Yeah.
but and it matches my Twitter name, so that's good.
Right.
Because but it doesn't match my website.
Oh, is your website Charlie Wright with me?
No, my website is Author Charlie because I thought Charlie Wright with me would be a little misnomer for my website. So it's now so I had like 3 different, I guess 4 if you include YouTube, different pen names or just names in general, usernames.
Oh dang.
So yes. So then I was like, okay, I can change my Instagram and my Twitter to match. But now I'm debating if I should switch it back because I kind of like Charlie Wright with me. It was long and I was like, but long usernames are nice because I can use like my pen and it looks nice. But now, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would change it back. It sounds like you really like the Charlie Wright with me.
Yeah, I do. But then the only sad thing is like the consistency because I guess having one username for everything is good because it's consistent.
Yeah. I know. The struggles. Like,
yeah. And also, if I don't know if anyone was paying attention to the screen, it seems like I'm always like doing random stuff while I'm sprinting. But I found this song on Spotify called Chicken Tendies. So I was jamming to that song and like mouthing the lyrics as I sang.
That's funny. I've never heard that before.
Oh, it's see, okay, the song itself, I would say the song itself is so good, but the name of the song and the album, like you know how Spotify has like an interactive like video almost?
Yeah.
It's just like chicken nuggets falling from the sky.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So how did you do?
Good. I'm still doing some admin stuff. So I have to fix one of the thumbnails for one of my live streams next Saturday. So I just have to like update it because I'm gonna have like another guest come in. So I did not finish it. So I need to finish that, and then I just did some more admin things.
Great. Okay.
Like,
that sounds great though. I love admin stuff.
Me too. I really want to get to writing. I thought I was going to be able to finish my admin stuff this past sprint so I could write for like the other sprints, but I think I'm going to have to use another sprint to do.
Well, it looks like some people joined us, so let's say hi to the people who joined us, and then we can get straight into another sprint.
Let's do it.
Yes. So, hello, Lizzie. It's like a whole new like influx of different people on my stream tonight. Going to be outlining my secret ex-band YA romance today, which will be my Nano novel. That's exciting.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, I haven't even started thinking of November NaNoWriMo, but I suppose I should because it's going to creep up on us so quickly.
It really is. Well, like, so I have plans to finish this first draft before Nano. I'm like, I have to finish it because I have like 2 or 3 different routes I can take for Nano, but it's going to depend if I can finish the first draft or not.
Yeah.
So it's like a race against time. So it's like I can't think about it.
Fair enough. Project Bruna is a standalone, or is it I don't remember. I think one of the books you mentioned that you were writing is a series, but I don't remember if it was Project Bruna.
Yeah, so Project Bruna originally was going to be a standalone.
Okay.
But I just recently like made the decision to turn it into a trilogy.
I totally feel that. Yep.
Yeah. From like our earlier conversation about you get the little seed and then it just sprouts into so many different ideas.
Yes. Or sometimes you just have an ending and it's like, this is a good ending, but now I have this whole new character arc that I need to go on.
Yes. And like the way that, so some of my other like stories, like my other novels that eventually I want to write, they're fantasy, but they all can like live in the same world.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's my idea, is like whatever happens at the end of book 1 kind of pushes them to seek out the people that are going to be in book 2. So, so it's like they all have the same quest. They're just at different phases. It's hard to explain. But
I feel like that series is one that, like, you know how people are like, or I guess an example is Brandon Sanderson. They're like, okay, you need to read this series of his first, and then the rest. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I have 3 books, but low-key, I just want you to read the middle one, then the third one, then the first one, or something.
Yes.
And it's so cool, like how it works out.
Yeah, and that's like kind of how I want them to be, like, or they could be kind of sort of standalones, but like they end with that kind of cliffhanger where it's like, well, but what happens? Like where maybe the story is complete, like their story, whoever this character is, their story kind of is at an end, but there's still like a problem in the world that the problem hasn't been resolved.
Oh damn, that sounds very deep.
Charlie, well, thank you. It sounds good in concept. It's got to be on the page.
Changing one world at a time.
Right. Changing the world. Yeah, one world at a time, one book at a time.
I think I figured out that my story is going to be part of a series because the ending has left so much unsaid. It's like, yeah.
Do it. I second that.
Thank you. And Tessa says, hello everyone. Have to write a review for an alt copy. Ooh, that's exciting. I just read before my stream if possible. Yes, okay. So Tessa has a stream later today. I was checking because I was like, who to write with next. And then if you're like an early bird, then you also have a stream at 12 a.m.
Yeah, that was poor planning on my part.
I mean, so long as you can like be awake.
Right. Well, okay. So my whole plan with the witching hour sprints is like because I work night shift and today is my last day before I go into work tomorrow night. So I have to stay up all night anyways. And usually when I
Oh,
stay up all night, I write and work on my novel. So I was like, "Oh, this would be fun. Let me do some witching hour sprints with some friends." And then we had gotten into contact and we were like, "Oh, let's do this day." And when I was making my little thumbnail thing to put on Instagram with all of my rating sprints, I was like, oh, those were like the same day. Whoopsies.
I mean, hey, you need grab your coffee, your alcohol. You'll be fine.
It's all good.
Exactly. Hey, sprints. I've been on sprints before or streams before where like one or two of the co-hosts have taken naps during sprinting. It's been like during like write-a-thons. It works.
Oh yeah, not gonna lie, I have definitely done it. If my like not today, but like sometimes when I have my camera off, I'm like, I just need like a 10-minute nap and I'm good to go.
Exactly. Lizzie, I like the old one better personally. And I think, oh, okay. Wait, the old outline?
I think it was about your names for your different
Oh, okay.
social media pages.
Interesting. Really? Okay, I always thought that like I was like, okay, maybe I will change it. Maybe you have convinced me, Lizzie, because yeah, I don't like this username, but then I also like it. It's like choosing like between vanilla ice cream or like chocolate ice cream or like
Right.
but in this case the chocolate ice cream twist or whatever is impossible. Lizzie, I've been trying to come to these streams, but I always forget every single time. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Hola,
Absolutely.
¿cómo estás? I don't know any other. Oh, ni hao. Guten Tag. Me trying to think of languages. Bonjour.
Love it.
Leah. Oh, hello.
Hi,
Hi,
Leah.
guys. I can't stay, but wanted to pop in and say hi and leave a little like. Oh, thank you. Have a good writing session, everyone. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. Have a fantastic time zone. Wherever you are. Yeah.
Yes.
And Tessa's like, I have done that myself, nap during a stream. Yes, okay, you understand. It keeps you going, okay? Then you wake up and you're like, I'm in a whole new world. Hello.
Right?
Yes.
That would be actually like a really fun video if like a whole bunch of author tubers got together and it was like the secrets of like an author tuber and like we all shared one secret and
Yes.
we would all be like we all have napped during a live stream. Totally
Or like,
have.
or like April Fool's prank. It's like, come for a writing sprint and you just nap.
Right? Oh,
Do it. Start off with a nap sprint.
oh my God, Charlie. Okay, so that was so funny when Sarah Labrath was holding her 5K live stream.
Yes.
And we were like 30 minutes late. And your comment had me cracking up where you were like, is this like the time when they like went into the wrong stream, but they're doing it on purpose? It was so funny because I texted Brooke and I was like, Brooke, please go read what Charlie wrote. And she was cracking up laughing. I was like, I love this. I love it so much.
I mean, I wasn't mad because I was just sitting there writing anyways.
Right. And I thought that was so funny. I was like, that is great. Like, and only those that have been with us through all those streams would get what Charlie was saying, but I was so on board. It was fantastic.
Okay, shall we do another sprint? How long would you like to go for? Oh wait. Oops. Okay. We'll do it properly this time.
I'm fine if we wanted to do another 20.
Okay. Do you want to do like 2021 or like 2031 or something?
Yeah, let's do 2031.
Okay.
I'm
And
down.
then let's get started now. Oops. I'll just watch this go down. And then we'll...
I was so thrown off guard. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That was great.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry. Now we'll really.
Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, that was great. Thank you so much.
Technically, it's a countdown toward the
Right?
timer.
That was funny.
Okay, that was our probably. How did everyone do? I
Good. Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You go ahead.
So I ended up fixing that one thumbnail that I needed to fix, and I fixed the description box. So I can check that off the list.
Nice.
And I opened my document and I read through a little bit of chapter 15.
Okay.
And I think for the next one, if we do one more sprint, I'll be able to, I'll start writing finally.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing that you have a sprint later tonight or tomorrow morning.
Right? A little bit later.
Yeah, you can fully write.
Yes.
But I feel like when you're like half tired and you're half coherent and don't really know what's happening, that's the best time to write because your
Yes.
creative juices are just like there.
I would agree. Yeah, I can either do it like when I'm on like super tired, or when I've been up for a little while and I've been kind of moving around. Then I'd be like, all right, sit down and write time.
Yeah, exactly. I ended up also changing the description box below. So now all of Autumn's and mine, my links should be down there. And I also found out that you have a website. I mean, I knew this, and I feel like I like examined your website before, but I fully explored it today during the stream. And then I also realized you have Twitter. And then I also realized that I have Twitter, so I should go follow you over there.
No hard feelings about the whole Twitter thing. I was really big on Twitter when I first started.
Okay.
But that community over there is a little different. It's like not what I'm seeking. I love the Instagram community a lot more.
I love the Instagram community as well. But I found most of the time when I'm on Twitter, I find it helpful for information on agents.
That's what I heard. Yeah, I hear it's really good for that.
Yeah, on agents, on like upcoming writing events. And there's a few DM groups that I'm a part of that are pretty fun to cry about rejections with.
I don't know about those because I'm not part of those, but I can see how they would be, like, because I've heard the thing about the agents. So I think it's good for things like that, especially if you want to be traditionally published. But I had a really awesome friend group on there when I first started on Twitter, but then I shifted to Instagram and YouTube, so I don't get on there.
Your Twitter friends did not follow you over to
No. And like they're the opposite. Like they have Instagrams, but they're more active on Twitter, where like I have a Twitter, but I'm more active on Instagram.
I'd like to say that I'm active equally on both.
Yeah.
But I'm also that type of person who like will scroll through Instagram or Twitter just once a day for like 10 minutes and then like take a nap. Because it's a lot of socialization.
Yes, and stuff just moves so quickly on Twitter too. Like
yes,
insane.
I do have a fan of I am a fan of always refreshing and then getting constantly new notifications, and I'm like, wow, I'm so popular.
Right?
Just people posting more stuff. Yeah.
It's crazy, and like it's insane. So I'm more of a Instagram person, but I feel you. I appreciate you following me on Twitter.
Yes, it's fun. I can't believe when I find like my friends on like other channels, because I'm always like, I know you as my this friend. Yep. And so now when I realize that you're in this whole other like kingdom, I'm like, what's happening?
Yes. And it's so crazy. So I actually met Sarah Sutton on Twitter. And
really?
Yes. And like her and I, like we met through somebody else. And I can't really even remember, but I think I had posted my first like AuthorTube video, or like my link on my Twitter. And then someone else had commented but tagged Sarah. And was like, hey, here's another person on AuthorTube, because like she had started a couple months before I did. Yeah. And so then that's like how we became friends. But like
Oh,
her and I,
cool.
like, yeah, it's so fun. But like her and I aren't really active on Twitter much anymore.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy because like we have a really good friendship, or like how you meet people like on a one platform, but then like everybody moves to like a different one.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's always so cool. And I just
Yeah.
wanted to say that Tessa has to go. So thank you so much for coming. And I hope you have a wonderful night. And I'll pop into your stream later on, probably. Just, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know I skipped a bunch of comments and we'll go back, but I mean, I just saw this and that's so sweet.
Oh, it is so true.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
okay. And Eva and I, we have a funny story too. I don't even know if Eva remembers it, but I was so embarrassed and it was so awkward. Like, because I kept thinking that Eva was someone else that I had met. And I think it was someone on
Oh,
Twitter. And so I
okay.
kept thinking it was that, like, Eva was this person, but they were two different people. And then I think it was Eva, she messaged me on Instagram, and I think it was Instagram. And she was like, I'm actually not that person. And I'm like, well, this is awkward. It was so awkward, but we're moving past that. But that's Eva and I's love story.
Oh, that's nice though. That's nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, by the way, I did see that you hopped in, so hello, thank you for coming. And she said, I was just hopping around being chatty. I love that. That's nice though.
Yes.
175 words. Still a long way to go on this chapter, but I want to finish tonight. That is amazing. Good
Yes.
luck with that.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, and Tessa was struggling with the review. Okay, I recently learned about like arc reading and I realized that it's so much fun. Like I always it's so much fun until you have to write the review and then I'm like reviews is like the closest thing that I'm ever going to get to being published could possibly be that review. So it needs to be a good review.
Yes. Yes.
Lizzie's like outlined girl protags love life and family life briefly and texted my dad about school supplies list. I love back to school shopping. I was such a big back to school shopper. Yeah, like
Oh
I
my
had to have
gosh.
like the rainbow of highlighters, the rainbow of pencils, and I needed like the newer ones. And when I say newer, I'm not talking about like Muji or like Zebra or anything like really expensive. I'm talking about like just the Crayola. I just needed
Yeah,
a new Crayola set every September.
I love that. Oh yeah, I'm all about color. Things have to be color coded,
Yeah.
and I am all for it.
Yes, and it's also just so satisfying. Like I enjoy studying when my notes look pretty.
Yes, and like I would always remember things. Like I had to color code because it was how I would remember things.
Yeah, yeah. Leslie, I have to write in the morning or late at night, but it's never going to happen. Oh, oh, two. No, instead of oh, I think she meant two.
Oh.
Fair enough, fair enough. Ever agreed,
Yeah.
Autumn? I've actually been on Twitter. Oh, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
And I probably won't go on Twitter until I'm ready to query since I want to be a hybrid and finally found projects to traditionally publish. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I really want to be traditionally published. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I have the mental capabilities to format a book. I know there are templates out there, but I think the thing just kind of confuses me and then the self-distribution as well.
That's understandable. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. And I know like a lot of people say that traditionally publishing, like you don't get to make any choices of your book. I think it really depends with the agent that you go with.
I think so too. And yeah, I feel like there are some people you would get a say in some things, or at least maybe just share your opinion. Like if you could just, that's my thing. Like if I could just share my opinion, whether you went with it or not, that's fine. I would just have to get it off my chest.
Yeah, and I think it's also like you have to understand where they're coming from, and they have to understand where you're coming from. Like I started querying one of my books. I've probably mentioned this a handful of times, under a name that I queried like 10 agents, all rejections, and then I realized, you know what? My title is awful. I was writing like a fantasy, a paranormal like dark fantasy, and I had a totally contemporary title.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a big misnomer. So yeah.
Yeah,
If an agent wanted to like change my like title for that reason, I totally understand that, you know?
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Eva, sorry, is smiling at you.
She must be thinking, reminiscing on our super awkward meetings
But
at
they're
the
always
beginning.
the best when you look back. If you can get over the awkwardness, you know it's real.
Oh, 100%.
I remember this one time I was responding back to someone who commented on my story, and my keyboard auto-corrected to mom.
Oh my
So I
goodness.
just called the random person mom.
Oh my
It
goodness.
was so funny. But
Love
yeah, that was awkward. That was awkward, but
that. Right.
Lizzie, I want to ask for social media. The answer will be heck no, but I don't think anyone would be interested in me. Are you kidding me? Girl. We
I
are
mean,
so interested in,
yeah.
yeah,
And our community is awesome. I mean, I love seeing what other people are writing, their journeys, and everyone's
exactly.
journey is different, and how everybody presents their journey is also different.
Yes,
So I say, well, of course, you need permission, of course. But if your answer was ever yes, our community loves new people. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't be afraid of thinking like no one would be interested.
yeah,
Don't do it for other people, just do it for yourself.
yeah. Especially like you have a friend in the YouTube community,
Yeah.
and the moment I figure out that you're on Instagram, you bet I'll be like over there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yes. But you
and
need the permission.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't
Get
do it
that
behind anyone's
permission.
back.
You have your entire life to get Instagram
Yes.
or TikTok or any other social media. So take your time.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, our journeys do not end in 25 minutes or anything like that. So,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also, when it comes to being ghosted, okay, see, on his social media, you have that like request page where they request to message you. So I don't know about like what different social medias, but on Facebook, I once ignored a person's message for like 6 months because I didn't realize, because I don't have the Facebook app, but I have the Messenger app, and I didn't realize that you had to go into account settings to figure out who requested to message you. I felt
Yes.
so bad, but they understood because social media is hard.
Yes. I do that all the time with Instagram. Like, it'll say so and so wants to send you a message, and I'll be like, oh, well, I'll look at that in a second. So then I'll like swipe it off of my screen, completely forget, and then it sits in like, like that request box for like weeks, however long. And I'm
You
like,
just have to find, yeah, like it's so difficult. Like it just doesn't come into your normal inbox.
right. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
So if something like that ever happens to you, Lizzie, definitely don't take it personally, because
Yeah.
it happens. We're all human.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? If you ever like are annoyed that I haven't checked inbox, you just have to go to my comments and be like, "Nice photo. I sent you a message."
Right.
I thought it was something I said and left so bad for misleading you. Oh.
No, it was me assuming you were somebody else. At least that's how I remember it. See, Eva and I are both so sweet. We're both like, oh no, it was my fault. But I totally think it was my fault.
Yes. Do you follow Barrett Laurie on Instagram or YouTube? He hosts a critique live that's super fun. You can submit an excerpt and read it, have it read, and feedback offered all live.
So I just met Barrett Lori, I had a live stream on Zara's channel on Friday, last Friday.
Yes.
Awesome. It was so fun. So I have not been to any of his stuff, but he was so fun to like, be with on the screen. So I would check him out totally. But
Yeah.
I don't know much about any of it, but he was
I
really fun.
I've been watching. I haven't been to any of his critiques, but I also co-hosted a live stream with him a while back, and I enjoy. I don't know if anyone knows Glory B Writes, but sorry, Glory Writes the Blues. I don't know where I got the other one. Maybe that's her Instagram name. I don't know, but Glory Writes the Blues. She has Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, and she does this kind of like talk. She hosts this AuthorTube, all about AuthorTube, creating a platform, social media stuff, chat every, I think it's Friday or Thursday. And so I've seen Bear over there, and he knows what he's doing on social media.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah. Since you were talking about various branches of AuthorTube, he's a new branchlet. Oh, that's so sweet. And one I think nearly all AuthorTubes will dig. Yes, yes. It takes a while to get off, like to branch out your channel, but it's definitely nice that everyone seems to know everyone.
Yes, that's what I love about our
Yeah.
community. It's so cute, and everyone's just like, "Oh, come on over. Like the water's fine."
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Okay, so we do have a couple more comments to get through. How long can you stay, Autumn? Because I know you were hoping to do another sprint, but it's totally up to you.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to do like a 10-minute, I would be okay with that.
Okay. Do you want to get into the 10-minute sprint now and then go back to the comments?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, cool. To the timer. Yay. I won't fool you into doing a
countdown.
Okay. Oh, wait. I don't want to remove that. Where is... Oh, there you go. You're here. You're live. Apologies. You can be on top now. Woo, look. Your name's first. Now we're alphabetical. Okay. Sorry.
That's funny.
We can go. Bye. Okay, that is the end of our last and final quiz. How did everyone do? Do you want to
Good. Good. So I wrote that time, and I ended up writing 272.
Oh, okay. That's great. I ended up searching up 911 operators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a scene that I'm writing. And I have watched a lot of 911 Chicago, or Chicago 911, I think it's called. And at this point, whenever I'm reading the operating, like, what is it, announcement, rules, lyrics,
Yeah.
speech, I just hear the TV show in my head
That's
with
cool.
the actors saying. Yeah. So how did everyone else do? And I'm quickly going to go through the comments. I think we left off here. Lizzie, I try not to buy into the don't traditionally publish because of this or don't indie publish because of this stuff, because I won't. Both, plain and simple. Indie first because I want to debut with these YA romances. I like that way of thinking.
Mhm.
That is really great, yes. And I can't wait to see your published stuff. By the way, if you don't know, I think Lizzie is published on Wattpad, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's like telling a doctor in a hospital that they shouldn't open their own practices, two different realms of publication. Both are viable and both make a ton of money. That's true.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes,
And it's
exactly.
different for each writer.
Yeah, exactly. And like, don't forget, like, writers themselves have goals. So
Exactly.
that's why, like, you have to read through each contract because they're all different.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It's also hard to break through as reowned either route. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a certain person I wanted to be close friends with, but they only saw me as a crazy super fans. Oh, was this like Harry Styles? I don't know. I mean, I think, okay, sometimes I look at celebrities and I'm like, I would be really good friends with this person if they didn't have 1 million followers on all the platforms.
That is great.
There was another person I told I would reach out to and never did because I got scared. You should totally reach out to that person. Do not be afraid. The worst they can do is ghost you. And in that case, you were better off alone.
That's right.
And then another person I think I would get along with because I've been the only person on the streams before and it felt very one-on-one, but haven't yet. I wonder how email would go. Email is fun. No one emails anymore, and that makes it all the more special.
Mm-hmm.
Like, over the pandemic, the course of the pandemic, me and my friends ended up sending not index card, postcards. When you say index cards, postcards. But it was so nice to get mail that wasn't bills. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Gloria and Tom, yes. Oh, Monday afternoons. Okay, completely different days of the week. But yes, I'm glad someone could confirm. But yeah, if you are interested in catching up with the discussions, 3 p.m. CST, Monday afternoons.
Yeah.
Hazel, okay, I just noticed this show up on YouTube. Hi, hello, Hazel. How are you doing? I hope you're doing amazing. So glad that you could join. We're just finishing up, but hopefully you caught that last sprint. I have no idea what friendships for this girl protag are going to be like because I couldn't come up with a fix in the pen pal romance. Whatever happens, happens. That is the best thing.
Yeah.
That is the best thing, yeah. I tried my hand with rom-com for NaNoWriMo, and I had this whole premise and it sounded beautiful and everyone was like, oh, I want to read this, all like my close friends. And then I started writing it and realized that my two like main love interest characters had the least chemistry
Oh
of
my
all.
gosh.
And so it was this big disaster, me trying to figure out how romance actually works. But
I love it.
Finishing, so we're almost done with the girl protags outline. Oh, that's great. Wow, nice. Just sat down to write. Ooh, yes. Okay, so I think Tessa Dean is also streaming after this, and Autumn also has a stream. So if you're up at 12 a.m., go hang out with her, have a couple of naps, write a bit. You know how it is.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not on Wattpad. LOL. Okay, I don't know where I got that idea from then. Because at one point in some live stream, someone said, "Oh, I'm writing on Wattpad," and then I just followed a bunch of random people over there. But I haven't used Wattpad myself in such a long time. But
I don't even have a Wattpad.
that's totally fine. It was like a childhood. That's what Wattpad got me into writing. All those years ago. Yeah.
Cool.
I have an account. Haven't written anything I wanted to post yet. I might post some romances for fun soon. Take your time. Take your time. No, not a celeb. An author that doesn't have a huge following. Big, not huge. They reply and have lots of friends, but I'm just a reader obsessed with them. Okay, I feel that. I feel that. I was talking to this author that I really liked, and I did become slightly more interested in her writing journey because she's repped by an agent that I really want to be repped by.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everyone so much for joining me tonight. Well, us tonight. Thank you, Ashleigh, for actually coming. I'm counting you for coming and joining me so that I'm not alone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was a really nice time and it was productive and I had a lot of fun. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Do you want to do your outro now?
Sure.
Beautiful speech that you have spent years honing.
Oh, yes. Years. Years.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hi, everyone. I'm Autumn Ashleigh. I am another author tuber in our community. I have my own channel and I post writing related content and host live streams on my channel over there. And I actually have witching hour sprints tonight at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if anybody is still awake and you want to get some words in, we will be over there. And Charlie, thank you so much for having me here. It was so much fun. And I hope we can do this again in the future.
Yes, thank you so much, for coming. Thank you everyone who commented in the comments. It was nice talking to everyone. And all the links are down in the description box below. So yeah, have a great evening, night, time zone, morning. And bye.
Bye.